Greetings YouTube, Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon White. This is episode number 35, and in the last episode, we defeated Skyla at the Mr. Alton Gym, and in this episode, we're headed into Twist Mountain. And oh look, it's Clay. And Sharon. What are you guys doing? What a surprise seeing you here while I was inspecting Twist Mountain. The two of you seem a bit more rugged than the last time I saw you. A little bit, anyway. Is that so? By the by, you folks seen that Team Plasma crowd lately? After all the trouble, we gym leaders met up and had a chat. But we've got no clue where they are. It's like they're hiding under a rock. Well, not much to do but wait for them to move. Anyhow, this is none of your concern. Squirts like the two of you should just enjoy traveling with your Pokemon. Twist Mountain's a fine place to explore. You'll have some fun if you just leave this here path. Well, better you just see it yourself instead of listening to me yammer. Be seeing you, Sprouts. Feel free to train yourself on my mountain for as long as you like. And off he goes. I thought he was going to get us involved in all that bother again, so I was bracing myself before I knew it. Everything's a bother for you, Sharon. Everything. I'm going in first, but I'll be seeing you. Alright, Sharon, see you later. Okay, well, I guess let's do this. So, one thing to note is that the appearance of Twist Mountain will change during the winter, and you can actually have access to other items that can only be found in the winter, and this guy explains it to you a little bit. And there's only, I think, 2 different items that you can grab. One of them is a TM, but I'm not going to worry about it at this point. So yeah, grab that full heal and we'll head on through. And I'm assuming this is the right way to go. I don't know what was the other way, but if this just ends up being the right way, then I'll just at some point turn around and go grab whatever's over there. Alright, so we have Hiker Daryl here. And he's going to start off with a Woobat at level 33. We've got Seismitoad at level 37. And Muddy Water misses, so it goes for an Amnesia, which kind of sucks because now he's going to be a little bit more resistant to Muddy Water. Hopefully we can still kill him in 1 hit. If not, 2. And yeah, it's going to be 2 hits. And he goes for the Calm Mind, so his special defense is going to go up again, but only +1 this time, not +2. Hopefully Muddy Water can still kill him, and it does. That's good. And we have Girder next. So it's going to be a fighting type Pokemon. It's the evolution of Timber. Could not think of it there for a second. I'm going to go into Litwick thinking maybe he only has fighting moves and I'll get lucky. But no, he has Rock Slide. So that's going to kill Litwick. So yeah, that was kind of a bad move on my part. But there are some Girders that only have fighting and normal type moves. So I thought it was worth a try. We'll send in Archeops to clean up with Acrobatics, which is super effective. And yeah, Girder has no chance to survive that. And Boldore is next. It is the evolution of Roggenrola. And it's just a pure rock type, and it has the sturdy ability, which is probably the most annoying ability in the in-game stuff. So yeah, make sure you take 2 hits to kill it because it's going to hang on with sturdy anyway. It goes for the Rock Slide, which is not very effective, but he gets a crit, which kind of sucks. But 2 Bulldozes takes care of Boldore. And yeah, down it goes, and Seismitoad is going to grow up to level 38. And he did take kind of a beating in that battle, but what can you do? Alright, and I did not use a Repel, and look, a Woobat. So actually the wild Pokemon change during the season. So during the winter, well, it only changes based on winter and everything else. In winter, you can find Cubchoo most often, and then of course there's Woobat and Boldore, and I believe Girder. They can all be found here. And I'm gonna go this way first and see what's over here. But anyway, there's also a Pokemon that's called Cryogonal that can... It's not that it's only can be found in the winter, but it only has a 1% chance of being found in Twist Mountain throughout the other seasons. It goes up to 5% in the winter, so if you want one on your team, you kind of have to come during the winter, or just get really lucky, or just spend a extremely long amount of time searching for one. So yeah, there's that. Alright, so let's go for a revive, and that'll bring Litwick back. Litwick, whatever. And yeah, we'll heal up Seismitoad and Litwick as well. And there is a doctor here somewhere. I just don't know exactly whereabouts he is in the cave. So until then, we're just going to have to heal. And there's a trainer here, but we can't go any further. So the only reason for coming out here, I guess, is to battle the trainer. But I'm fine with that. Alright, we have Ace Trainer Carol, and she has a Vanillish, which is the first evolution, or I guess second evolution in the line of 3 for the Vanillite line. It's a pure ice type, so it has quite a bit of weaknesses, and I suggest going for physical attacks if you can, but they like to use acid armor like so. So once they do that, it's better to go with the special attacks, and I'm able to finish it off with a combination of Bulldoze and Muddy Water. And Gothorita is next, and that's going to be the evolution of Gothita. It's not the final evolution, but it's the middle evolution, and it's a pure Psychic type. And I'm going to send out Litwick to try to kill it quickly here. And it goes for the heal block, so I can't use any healing items, and Hex just doesn't do that much damage, so I'm going to go for another Hex. And probably not going to kill it. No, it doesn't, but I can finish it off with the Flame Burst. I was thinking about doing Will-O-Wisp, but it just would not have made sense to risk missing and then all that stuff. So Litwick is confused now, and thankfully he works through it, so he doesn't have to take the Future Sight attack. I can switch him out. And we have Dewotion coming out next. I'm not going to risk Litwick getting killed because of that. So I'm going to switch out to Seismitoad because Seismitoad's pretty bulky, and I'm sure he can take the Future Sight attack. So we'll go for a Bulldoze and see what that does, and it does about half. He goes for the Psyshock, which is a weird move because it uses special attack, but it calculates via physical defense, and he gets a critical hit with that, and it kills Seismitoad, so that kind of sucks. Alright, so now I'm going to bring Litwick back out since he's safe from the Future Sight, and Hex should be able to finish him off, and it does. So that means he's going to grow up to level 39. We're 2 levels away from Evolution, and he'll be able to actually compete a little bit better and not have to switch out all the time. But as you can see, we can't go that way at this point, so I'm just going to ignore that for now. That was a nice little fun battle. And let's see, I'll switch Litwick out to the front, and we'll give him the Lucky Egg because, yeah, he needs that extra experience, right? Yes. We're also going to be adding a, sixth and final team member in this cave. So I don't know if we're going to get to it in this episode or not. But, yeah, it might end up being a little bit of a lengthy process. We'll see how it goes. Alright, so we have Battle Girl Sharon. And she only has one Pokemon. It's a level 36, and it's going to be Throw, the fighting type Judo Master. And the most obvious thing for me to do here is to go for the Will-O-Wisp to burn it immediately, because if it does have Rock Slide or something, I'm going to get killed instantly if I don't burn it. It goes for the Bulk Up, so his attack is increased, and so is his defense. And he goes for a second one, so he's +2 attack, +2 defense. And Hex, even with the burn, really isn't doing that much damage. I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say that maybe this Throw doesn't have any moves that can hit me, so I'm going to try an Inferno. And it actually hits, which I'm kind of surprised about. And yeah, it doesn't burn him, obviously, because he's already burned. And he goes for the Bulk Up, so I figured that's what he was going to do. So I just used the Will-O-Wisp so he could die of burn, because I just think it's hilarious when they have to die of burn and they can't do anything. Well, that was fun. So we defeated the Throw and got some decent experience. A lot of these rocks that are singular like that have hidden items, so I like to check them, but oh well. Alright, we have another trainer battle here, and this is where we couldn't get to before, so we had to go through the cave. And it's going to be a Boldore at level 34, and Litwick probably has no chance to survive some of the rock-type attacks that would be coming my way. probably Rock Slide and Power Gem. So I'm going to switch out to Superior, who hasn't seen much action lately because of the Flying Gem. And he takes that Rock Slide very nicely, actually. Considering that's a stab move and Boulder has a lot of attack, that really didn't do that much damage at all. But anyway, Leaf Blade takes him down to just about 1 or 2 HP. It didn't activate Sturdy, so it must have been 2. But we finish him off with a return. It's not very effective, but it doesn't matter. And Excadrill is the next Pokemon that's going to be used, and that's kind of interesting. I don't know, because Excadrill is just kind of an awesome Pokemon. He's fairly fragile for a Steel and Ground type, but at the same time, he has a lot of attacking power and a lot of speed, and Rock Slide just does so much damage there. And we're not able to kill him in one hit with Flame Burst like I had hoped, but that's okay. I'm gonna have to switch now though, so thought I'd give Litwick a chance, but just didn't work out. So we're gonna switch out to Zebstrika, who takes a Rock Slide very nicely. It isn't stabbed, so it doesn't really, I mean, it shouldn't do that much damage. The only reason it did that to Litwick is because it's unevolved and has poor defense. But we finish him off with a Flame Charge, and Zebstrika grows up to level 40. So, and actually so does Litwick, so that's cool. So our first 2 Pokemon at level 40. Pretty awesome. Alright, so I guess our only option is to go this way. And there are some trainers that hide in the, in the little dirt patches there. So this is one of them. And it's going to be a Worker Heath, and he has a Swoobat at level 35. So we fought a bunch of these before. I'm going to switch out Litwick as usual because he can't really do anything until he evolves. This kind of sucks. It also kind of sucks that he doesn't evolve until level 41. That's kind of ridiculous if you ask me. But anyway, I'm going to switch out to Archeops, and we get a Crunch off, and we know from our previous battles that Crunch does a number on Swoobat, and it takes him out in one hit. And that's pretty cool. So I should probably heal up, right? Right, so we'll use a Fresh Water on Litwick. Doesn't heal him up completely, but close enough. And we'll heal up Superior as well, because probably be using him in some battles with Boldors and whatnot. But anywho, there's an item over here, and it is a Moonstone, and that will evolve Munna if you're training one and don't have a Moonstone at this point. So yeah. I never did use Munna though. I never was a fan of Musharna for whatever reason. But anyway, we have another battle here, and this should be interesting. Another worker. So he's got 3 Pokemon this time, and Boldor is his starter at level 33, and we've got Litwick. So this is not exactly the best matchup for us. So like we've been doing, I'm going to switch Litwick out, and I'll send out Superior in his place to take the Power Gem, and that does even less damage than what Rock Slide did, because Power Gem is actually a special attack, and it's not a bad attack at all, but it's just Boldor's special attack is awful, so even with Stab it does almost nothing. So anywho, yeah, we'll hit it with a return, and that finishes him off. And yeah, Boldor is next, so awesome. So I might as well keep switching out Litwick, because he's kind of close to level 41, and we might be able to do it in this battle, maybe, but we'll see. Alright, so another Boldor, same level, probably the same strategy, I'm assuming, so we'll switch back out into Superior, and this time he goes for a Rock Slide, which gets a critical hit, of course it does, and man, that means that Superior is probably going to die now, and it's always those critical hits, and we can't kill him in one hit because of the Sturdy, and Rock Slide finishes Superior. Stupid critical hits. My goodness. They are the bane of my existence. But that means we can bring Litwick back out and kill Boldor very easily. And he's almost up to level 41, so we'll keep him out and try to get some experience. And actually, why don't we try to fight him here? We'll go for a Will-O-Wisp and see what that does. That'll break the Sturdy at the very least, and he goes for a Power Gem, which is what I wanted him to do, because that's not going to do as much damage as Rock Slide. And I don't know if I could actually kill him with a Hex at this point. So if I use a Super Potion, I get most of my health back, And he goes for the Iron Defense, which is such a stupid move. But yeah, he takes more burn damage, and I have a feeling I might be able to win this. So I'm going to go for the Hex, which does double damage because of his burn, and he has almost no special defense, and Litwick actually takes him out there and grows up to level 41, and that's it for this battle. And finally, it's time for Litwick to evolve. And there we have it, folks. Litwick has evolved into Lampent. It keeps its typing, of course. It keeps its ability as well. But it has a awesome gain in stats. Namely, oh, what? What? Did I seriously just run into a Cryogonal? It is summertime, and I have a 1% chance of finding one. And wow, okay, so I'm not going to run from this thing. Hell no, I'm going to catch it, and this is going to be our 6th team member. And I thought I was going to have to go off screen to find one of these because I had been planning to use it. But yeah, oh crap, I got really lucky there after getting incredibly unlucky with that critical hit on Superior. But I'll take that over spending like 45 minutes trying to find one of these guys. So yeah, I can't complain. Cryogonal is an awesome Pokemon. It's a pure Ice type. It has the Levitate ability, and it has amazing special defense to the point where it's just ridiculous, and it can pretty much wall anything that uses special attacks. It does cost it a lot of physical defense, so you do need to use it with Reflect or Acid Armor or something, but it's an awesome Pokemon. And so I have it burned, and it broke out of that first Ultra Ball, but I'm thinking it's not going to break out of very many more, but that's just awesome. I'm so happy that I found one, and I'm happy that Litwick has evolved too, because now he has, what I was saying before I got distracted here, was that there is a huge boost in speed that Lampent gets. He's not incredibly fast, he's very average, but he actually has the ability to compete with a lot of the other Pokemon that are around his level, and some of the trainers now, so that'll be cool. And Cryogonal was transferred to the PC, so we'll be able to start training him later on, but definitely got lucky with that. And as you can see, Lampent has a lot of special attack at 86, and his speed is up to 52 now, and it was like in the teens or at like 20-something the last time I checked. So yeah, we'll take the lucky egg from him because we don't need to train him at this point. We'll give Archeops some experience, but yeah, crap. Another wild Pokemon. I am very happy that, yeah, my Repel wore off or whatever happened. I wasn't even really paying attention, and that is just awesome. I've never had that happen before, but okay. So we pick up a Max Potion there, and I think it's just about time that we call this an episode, actually, because we're working on almost 19 minutes here, so I'll grab this item and we'll call it a day. It's an Ether, so probably not something that I'll put to very good use. But anyway, that's going to be the end of this episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and in the next episode, we're going to continue on through Twist Mountain all the way up until Osiris City, or Osiris Town, or whatever it's called, Osiris something. But stay tuned for episode number 36. Game on!